crack of dawn, Monday morning call. Pouring everything you got into a paycheck Friday night. You're a power stroke, diesel backhoe riding king. 18-wheeler driving, living life in between the lines of clocking in and quitting time. But then the six-string circus comes to town. We hang them speakers over the crowd.
Oh, how about this for a tough decision early on? Which direction they go? Boy, you talk about a talented player. This guy's one of the best around. And this is a big piece of the puzzle right here. Maybe a no-brainer, but a great pick regardless. Yeah, I don't think you needed a crystal ball to see that pick coming. That's all about loyalty and familiarity right there. Still some big holes remaining to be filled. Yeah, that's the kind of guy who can elevate that entire unit. He's a very talented addition. Oh, no need to worry about this guy. Just plug him right into a starting role, and he'll be a massive upgrade. Yeah, here's a spot where the fans... Oh, did they get themselves a player here or what? Everybody singing, every word to every song to the girl that's singing tonight. And with time running short, you've got to hope some guys fall into your lap, or you could be left with some real holes on your roster. What to do here? Build up the interior of your line or get that skill player to add another weapon? And now, which side of the football will they address here? Some interesting options either way. Tampa Bay, you might remember, has been represented already. Is there a chance to see a second buck come off the board? Still a few holes on this roster, and not... Does this pick fill a big need? I'm not so sure that it does, but it is at least a slight improvement over what they had in place. Yeah, not too much analysis needed here. This is quite a get at this stage of the draft.
And it's the birth of a new club as we're underway in Draft Champions. This fielded at the 2. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Well, usually you don't think of the cornerback coming in for a no-gain play, but that's what we had there. Nice tackle.
And how about the range, too? Coming from the outside part of the play, moving his way into the inside and making that play happen. No gain for the offense, big play for the defense.
It's a loss of 2, now third down.
Brandon, that play ended so fast, it's almost as if the quarterback handed it to the runner, and the tackler was there right away for a loss of yardage.
3 and out, a real danger here on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 12. McNair. Going for the deep ball. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
On every offensive coordinator, every play caller sheet, they have about 5 or 6 plays per game that they call shot plays or big plays, and you don't get many opportunities to dial them up, and they just did, and they drop it with a great chance to make a big play. That's going to hurt.
Here's Jackson. And he finally goes out of bounds across the opposite 40. He had one man to beat. It takes a touchdown-saving tackle to bring him down. And the Browns have a short field in front of them now as they take over 1st and 10. Rivers on 1st down. Brought in left side by Snead. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. It's a gain of 9 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and short.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. They'll run the option left. Back-to-back stops make it 3rd and 10. Defense has set themselves up nicely. 3rd and 10 now. Play fake. Rivers. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. So it looks like the offense isn't going anywhere. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7. Rivers to throw for it on 4th. He'll get it in the hands of Clark. Complete. So he fought off the tackle, and that effort gives him the first before he's brought down. Give him 14 on the play. And the decision to go for it pays off. They've got a 1st and goal.
Well, the field goal attempt was well in hand. They had that, but they decided to go for it anyway. Extreme confidence, it looks like.
Yeah, but I bet the defense is going to remember this one, right? They kind of rubbed their nose in it. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down. On play action, Rivers. This is caught. Clark. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Dallas Clark, an 11-yard touchdown. And the Browns have taken the early lead.
The tight end position has always been dangerous, especially in the red zone, short field. But now even more so, because these tight ends aren't necessarily the tight ends of old. They're the rocked-up wide receivers who have a little bit more speed. Way harder to cover than before.
This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And on the first drive, 3 and out. I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away.
And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Kevin Green from that outside linebacker spot. He's able to get in there for a loss of 9.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player. There's so much precision in an offense, especially when you're throwing the ball. And in an out route, plenty of it. How about the quarterback hitting his back foot, ball's out of his hands, receiver making his break, making his cut. He's got to time up perfectly. Not always easy to do.
Just let him a little too much.
Yeah, I remember back in the good old days, I was talking to a quarterback, and he said everything they did was on the count system. So when he took a snap, he counted in his head for certain routes, different time frames for each one, and he knew if the ball wasn't out of his hand at that point, he'd better eat it because the play was dead.
With it is Jackson. It'll go as a 50-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And the offense will come back onto the field for the 1st and 10. Heading out is the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before.
And this is caught inside the 5. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Julio Jones, 60 yards. And the Browns are able to strike quickly for 6. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
This is fielded at the goal line. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 20. Five at the 24-yard line. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, get them some space, and try and make a first down and get some momentum going. It's been a struggle for them throughout the game, and that 3 and out on the last possession, that told you just how stalled they are on offense.
So who will step up here? We'll see.
Here we go. Brand 38. Brand 38.
Freeman again. No, a heck of a move.
Man.
5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis back with you as it's Bears football here to begin quarter number 2. And they've got it here with a first down. Now a first down throw. McNabb. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49. It's a gain of 14 there. And it'll be a Chicago first down.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him. It appears they found something that's working, and they keep going back to it. I guess you can actually say he has the hot hands now, doesn't he?
Yeah, well, it's one thing to hit your guy out of the backfield once, hit him a couple times. Yeah, you're right. Maybe they're onto something.
And I think a lot of that is simply if you get it to him in space, more times than not, he's going to get more yardage than you expect out of each play.
So the offense looking at a 2nd and 8.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Roy Miller in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. And here comes play number 6 on this drive.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. Quarterback was hit.
Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Partner, how many times have you heard it? Pressure creates diamonds, right? But it also bursts pipes. And on that one, that's what they got. They got after him, and he was fortunate just to get rid of it.
Yeah, he just had to chuck it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Fielded just inside the 20. Just 21 yards on the punt there. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The Bears defense gearing up as they take the field. Last drive, touchdown surrendered. Here, see if they can stop them.
It's always a constant battle of letting the last series go, good or bad, but especially bad. Give up a touchdown. Okay, forget the finger pointing, forget the blame. Go back out and play the defense you know you're capable of and help your team out.
And probably look to the leaders as always.
As always. They're going to be the ones going to grab some people and say, all right, let's do this thing.
And he's going to Lose yardage here. Back to his own 18.
And when you're trying to set up a counter play, it's what a lot of people call an influence play. You're really hoping those defensive linemen are really agile that day. If they stayed out late the night before the game, they're not